Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be a double review of the Marvel Legends series Spider-Man Retro Collection, Marvel's Hammerhead and Marvel's Shocker. Very happy to have these new updated figures here. I feel like I've been waiting a while to get these. I feel like a lot of people have been getting these since December. I've noticed that a good amount of people over the past week or two have been getting them lately from like Targets and Walmarts and whatnot. Finally got mine from Amazon here. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging here. It's very much the classic 90s toys Spider-Man from the cartoon style packaging. You can see the Spider-Man logo with Spider-Man on the logo. Top left, you do have Marvel Comics ages 4 and up. The figures in the box on the right side there, and some of the contents it comes with. On the left, you have images of the characters and their names, as well as some of their gimmicks and whatnot. Bottom half here, not much to show off, except bottom left, there's the warnings, choking hazard. Bottom right, that is the Hasbro logo. Now here's a wide shot of the back, just to give you an idea of how the overall packaging on the back looks here. I have to zoom in on each of the bios. So here is the top half of the back of the packaging for Hammerhead. You could read the multilingual bio. On the left, there's an image of how to use some of the alternate parts. The Spider-Man logo with Spider-Man on the logo again, as well as the Marvel logo on the top left. You do have an image of Hammerhead on the top right. Pretty much similar how you have it with Shocker here, except it shows Shocker's alternate pieces in an image of Shocker on the top right, and his bio, of course. Bottom half here, you get to see the actual images of the figures right there. You can collect them all and whatnot. All these look very cool. Can't wait to get the rest of these. Throughout the whole box, there are multilingual warnings and whatnot. Bottom left is the Hasbro logo right there, and I have twist on the side here the barcodes in case you need them. The top is going to be Hammerheads, the bottom is going to be Shockers. Let's go ahead and get these figures out of the packaging. So here are both figures out of the packaging. Very happy with both of them. I think that the new Hammerhead is awesome. And I'm actually surprised that the Shocker has some more new stuff than I thought he was going to have. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's go ahead and talk about each figure. We'll talk about Hammerhead first and his accessories, then we'll look at Shocker. Now Hammerhead comes packaged with fists. So we have this, it's pretty much a very dark brown mold for a baseball, which we got this with the 2020 motorcycle version of Punisher too. This one looks pretty nice. It's just in one solid color though. Some paint apps would have been nice, but I think this actually, the way that, this plastic came out, I think it looked a little better than that previous baseball bat. Just kind of a gross looking yellow. I wasn't the biggest fan of that. And then we have pretty much some standard hands that we get with Marvel Legends. Here is a gun holding hand I believe we get with suit bodies a lot of the times. And this is more of an open, relaxed hands that we also get with suit body. So not that much for Hammerhead. I don't think he needs that much, though. So I brought out the Happy Hogan Marvel Legends figure really quick just to show you that these basically are the same figure, just a lot of differences, though, on the bulkier suit body that I actually really like. Biggest difference, of course, besides the colors of the suit, is that if you see on the right, Hammerhead has a different type of this jacket or coat that also has a vest on it, and the vest is sculpted into that, so it covers torso there, whereas Happy just has a normal suit and tie and black pants and whatnot. So let's get Happy out of here, and let's bring out the boy himself, because, back in like 2015, man, when we had, I don't even have that head right now, but that 2015 head looked fine back then, but now that you compare it to this one, oh man, difference is night and day. This sculpt is fantastic. Look at all the wrinkles. Look at just how mean he is in the face. That is a fantastic head sculpt, man. Absolutely love it. Lip color, eyes, all that came out really nice. The eyebrows, there's no splotching on this. The hair is just, a plain black sculpt, but you have the nice flat top here. It's just a really nice looking head sculpt. Very, very good. Very happy with it. The rest of the suit here is also pretty nice. I think the pinstripes came through really good. I don't really see, there's some kind of weird glossiness going on in some of these, some parts of the soft plastic coat. But from what I could tell, the line work when it comes to paint for the pinstripes is really nice. I like the dark blue that it's molded in. That color comes through really nice. I have the black shirt that is molded like that. We have a red tie. I don't know if you can really look in there, since it's all one piece. It's covering up the ab articulation and whatnot. No pinless tech on these arms. I believe when I'm looking at them, yeah, Happy doesn't have that as well. We have it on the legs though, which I'll talk about in a second. Usually, I'm a little bothered when we don't have like paint on the joints here if it's not going to be pinless tech. However, it's so close to just being straight up blue and not touching the pinstripes that I'm totally fine with it, and it's not even that noticeable. So that's just something I wanted to point out. And you can see the inside. They actually did paint the inside here, so that's at least they attempted to. It's a little sloppy on this one. That's cool at least, man. So we have this fist here, which has a little bit of some nice vein work on the hand. We have some buttons actually sculpted here on the cuffs. This is a really nice, these really nice knuckle dusters, which reversed says head. So I dig that. We also have buttons there too. You can see some of the buttons on his vest as well. The wrinkles coming through really nice, and even some of the details where these buttonholes are, and then the buttons are there. Nice pockets. A little bit of wrinkles in the legs and the crotch piece. As you can see, they did paint. It might be a little sloppy in some areas, but they did paint the pinstripes on the back of the legs, so that's really sick. Now, these do have pinless tech, and there's some nice wrinkles in certain areas. These legs were very, very stiff, man. These double joint knees on mine, they're no joke. They are very stiff, so just be careful. Just to let you guys know. And they do look a little blocky when you bend the knee. That was the same problem I had with Happy. Not the biggest fan of that, but I can live with that a bit. You know, I'm not going to bend the knees too much, but that's something to keep in mind, is that they do look a little blocky. We do also have these nice wrinkles sculpted towards the bottom of the pants. I wish they would implement somehow a ankle swivel, like a actual 360 rotation, because it's just the ankle rocker. I feel like the ankle articulation is a little limited, but we do have the nice sculpted shoes, nice suede shoes, basically. The bottom of the feet look like. I noticed I haven't done a 360 lately. Again, need to buy. I sound like a broken record when I say I need to buy a 360 stand. Just give me a quick look at everything here. Looking really nice, man. Articulation has a new standard with Marvel Legends. And what I mean by that is, a lot of you know by now, we have this ball peg system, as you can see up in there. It goes side to side like this. Up actually really nice, and down actually really nice. It also swivels, giving you a wide range of motion at the head. Arms go all the way around. They only go out that much, so that's a little disappointing. They do swivel at the upper arm, though. We have double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrists, hinge at the wrists. This is for all sets of hands. In theory, you can do an ab crunch, but this piece is completely restricting that ab crunch. We do have a waist twist, though, which is pretty nice. Legs go forward like this, and not really back at all. Maybe just a tiny bit. The splits are actually pretty decent. Even though this part right here gets in the way a bit. Upper thigh swivel. Double joint knees that, again, are really tight on my figure. There you go. They do have a bend of the foot going downward that much. That's really far, actually. Up, decently, not amazing. You can actually push up a little bit because the sculpt of those wrinkles on the bottom of the pants gets in the way a bit. And you do have the ankle rocker. Now, Shocker comes with these two entire wrist pieces, actually. So the hands don't actually articulate. That's a little unfortunate compared to the previous ones, which do. But you do have these alternate pieces for these more dynamic poses with the open hands. I just dropped that. I think that the silver on here actually came through really nice, and the brown is molded pretty nice as well. And we have gotten these type of like energy effects in the past. This time they're molded in orange, a little bit of dark orange in some of the bubbles, brighter orange like the rings and the circles and whatnot. We've gotten these plenty of times in the past. I'm not entirely sure how they're planning on doing it. I'm guessing this little piece latches on somewhere here, or it latches on. You want to try to push it even more upward. I'm not entirely sure, but that's just trying to show that off. Not the biggest fan of these, if I'm being quite honest. But hey, at least we have something when it comes to effects pieces here. So here's just a quick side-by-side wide comparison with the previous one, I believe from 2016. I don't remember exactly. That previous Shocker there on the left and the new one on the right. Surprisingly, lots of different stuff with the new one. Completely different sculpt. I thought they were honestly going to reuse parts. Maybe not the entire figure. It did look different when I was looking at the promotional images a few months ago. But I thought at least maybe like boots and whatnot. No, man. That is the Bucky Cap mold on the left and the completely new sculpt on the right. And I think the previous one looked pretty good already. But I think that the new sculpt here does help it stand out and actually warrant buying a new Shocker, especially if you didn't get the previous one. The biggest problem I think a lot of people are going to have is look at all the line work that is actually sculpted in there, but no paint. I've seen people take, little thin black pens, throughout these lines on the legs. And I might have to do the same because I think those lines would really have benefit detail of this figure. Trying to get that fixed, the camera position. But anyway, head sculpt, it's even different from before too. It's really nice, man. They have this part here. You can actually feel the sculpting going on there. So it's molded in yellow. We do have some brown paint on there, and the eyes came through actually really nice. You can kind of see the indent where the ears are. I do think, again, all the line work for the yellow is done really nice. And even like parts of the brown that meet the yellow, you can feel the sculpting on the actual suit there. The muscles are also coming through really nice. Pinless tech on the elbows, as you can see there. This doesn't look amazing where that joint is, but hey, at least that they had the clever idea to make it, the joint here the same color here, even though it does look like different colors of brown. Oh man, this actually looks really good. We also have, very similarly to those previous wrists I showed off, these little bracers or whatnot. With nice, actually molded in this silver. I think they came through really nice. A little bit of a brown splotch right there. I don't see any splotches on this one. That's what the wrinkles on the gloves look like when you look at the wrists there. And then on the back of this belt, there's also some brown paint splotched on there, so that's not amazing. But they do actually texture the brown suit to make it look like leather or whatnot. Very cool. We have these wrinkles towards the crotch piece. And this is a nice molded, it could be painted, but it looks like it's molded in silver belt here. I think looks really good. It is a soft plastic, but it doesn't want to come off because, and you probably could take it off, it's got a little peg going into a sculpted indent into the waist right there. So, yeah, just to keep that in mind. We also have brown meeting the yellow here on the legs, which if you feel the line between the yellow and brown, they are sculpted. So, you would know what I mean when you have this figure in hand. It's really nice. I just am really bothered by this, though. I gotta be honest. It's not a horrible figure, but it could have been so much better if they just made these lines black, Looks like on camera, the knee color that they use is different from this, but in person it's not that noticeable. I just noticed that just now. We do have some silver going around the boots there, looking really good in the leather sculpted details on there, but it's molded in this brown color. I don't think it looks bad, though, the boots here. Have some wrinkles around the ankles there. That's what the bottom of the feet look like, as you can see. So overall, man, I'm digging it. I didn't think I would. Biggest problem is mostly those lines that should be painted. Other than that, man, this thing looks awesome. Very happy with it. Articulation is more of the previous standard Marvel Legends swivel hinge that goes up and down, and I don't think that's a bad thing the way I said that. When it comes to the standard for articulation, arms go all the way around, in and out. It's a little bit tight here. Upper arm swivel. We have a bit of a splotch on the inside there. Just wanted to note that. Double jointed elbows. Only a swivel at the wrist. That's a little disappointing, but I think whatever poses you want with this guy, you can still get without that hinge at the wrists. The ab crutch goes back really far, and it actually continues to sculpt there. You go forward, also the same thing there. So that's sick. You do have a waist twist. Legs go forward like that, and not really back much at all. Pretty good splits. Upper thigh swivels We have double jointed knees, as you can see here, which I'm trying to bend. There we go. We have a swivel at the boot, the down movement, up for the ankles. That's actually really good. And we do have ankle rockers. Quick size comparisons. On the left, we have a Black Series Mandalorian. On the right, we have the Retro Collection Spider-Man from Marvel Legends. As you can see, I think the Marvel Legends in the middle are going to be a tiny bit taller than Spider-Man, which is pretty much normal. Hammerhead is actually considerably tall, man. And they are all going to be a little bit taller than normal size Black Series figures. So overall, I am very happy with both figures. I think Hasbro did an incredible job. Hammerhead was my most anticipated of the series. I really, really like this figure. So far, I don't have the rest of them reviewed yet, of course, but I think this might be my favorite still. It is such a nice looking figure with the brand new head sculpt, the use of the bulkier body, or the suit body. I think it's really nice, even though the articulation is a little bit hindered in some areas, mostly in the torso because of the coat overlay. So the knees are a little bit blocky when you bend them, and they're a little bit stiff on my figure. This figure still is so nice, with the rest of the articulation being pretty decent. The amount of accessories I think is fine. I think maybe another knuckle duster hand for the right hand would have been fine, but it's fine just to have the left one. The bat is pretty nice this time around. I didn't like the previous color on that bat. And you know, you have the alternate hands for that bat too. Overall, just a really nice Hammerhead figure, man. It's awesome. Shocker, I thought was going to be my least favorite of the wave, but I am surprised how much I like the figure. The brand new body mold here is really nice. It does also have a pretty good amount of accessories. Not the biggest fan of the effects pieces, and I do wish that they figured out a way to hinge the wrist for both hands, but the arms are so easy to interchange that you really don't need the inclusion of the hinged wrist at that point. It's fine without it. My biggest gripe is the line work on the yellow. I do wish they actually painted it. But the rest of the figure with the articulation and whatnot and sculpting is top notch. Both of these are awesome. They're a little over $20 now. I got mine on Amazon. I'll leave links down in the description below where you can get these. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figures, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share with extra friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there. And I'll see you guys later.